guys, because there's no information out there. That there was a point, I think every musician gets to that point when you think, I don't know that I can do this as a job. Like, but you've tried it for so long that I think maybe I'm just going to go do something else and this could be a hobby.
Yeah.
How close was that to the time to where Trojan started getting picked up by people and people started to notice it?
I'd say 6 months to a year before that period.
Because I think about that and I wonder how many musicians that are just playing in their basements or in their garage or in the local bar were that close to having that part of their dream come true and they just go, you know what, I can't do this.
Yeah, for us it's a really amazing thing that we'd basically given up. I think when I say given up, we'd stopped putting as much time into it. Like we'd had this backlog of songs we'd worked on for a couple of years. We built a studio, and then there was this sort of 6 months to a year where we were like, we need to get something else behind us here because music's it's a pipe dream, and the chances of success are so slim. When I say success, just being able to live off music. I mean, it wasn't like we're looking to become Bon Jovi or anything. It's just that we wanted to be able to have enough that you could, potentially have a house one day and eat. Those fundamental needs. So, it took us a while, and there was that period where we just thought that it's not realistic. As much as we love music and it's what we want to do, it just wasn't feeling like it was going to happen.
Now, how many years into that, not necessarily where you decided we're going to do this for a living, or we're going to attempt to do this for a living, but with the studio build and kind of growing up and playing in bands, how many years up until that point?
That's a long time. I couldn't even count it up right now. I think we need some kind of abacus or something to work it out.
I think it's proof that I think people you need to chase as long and as hard as you can, and when you think you're going to quit, try a little bit longer, maybe a little bit longer, and then if it doesn't happen, maybe you don't have any talent. But if you stick it out, maybe you can actually, you can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the situation we found ourselves in is that we focused on it for so long that we didn't really have a fallback, and I think that was, in a way, is a good situation to be in that when your art is everything and you need to somehow make it work, you really work hard, at it. So I mean, there wasn't like we had these day jobs. We kind of thought that we needed it, and that's towards the end of that period. Like we said, we went back and we started studying. But up until then, there were no fallbacks. It was like, if this doesn't work, we have nothing. So that's why you just put absolutely everything into it.
See, but I think you guys probably do have other stuff because you seem kind of smart and stuff. Like you look at like guys like me and that I work with. Like this is it. This is all we got. It's this, or we're under the bridge. That's it. So, but I think it's just proof positive. I think people need to chase your dream as long as possible because it can happen.
As long as you can keep eating and surviving, I think follow it.
Without crime, no stealing food.
If you don't get caught,
then it's not a crime. All right, now it's a lot of the band or a lot of the shows I think you guys are playing now. People are still becoming introduced to your music. Is it different when you can come in and they know a song versus watching them not know when you start a certain song, but by the middle of it you go, you know what? I know they don't know it, but they get it and they like it.
Yeah, I feel like we're still at the point where each night you're trying to win the crowd over. I mean, we have a certain amount of people that know some of the songs. Some people know. I mean, they can't even know all the songs because the album's not out. So I mean, but some people know maybe 3 or 4 of the songs, and then some people have never heard of us. So every night it's kind of, you've got to be on and you've got to try and show what you're about. You can't just sort of rest on, here's our back catalogue of 20 years, here's our hits, and we can just sort of bang them out. We can't do that.
And the way this tour has been going so far, you're playing to basically sold out shows every single night.
I think the entire tour is sold out.
It's the perfect way, I think, to introduce new people to your art because people are there.
It's not a bad way to do it.
So we'll go to song number 3, and ladies and gentlemen, make a little bit more noise for Atlas Genius, please.